Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brian from that particular road. So a lot of discussion has been going on here, and from what I understand from this young man, is he really doesn't have a solution for septic at all. He has a development that has nowhere to go, and really that's what he's left with, a lot of shit. And I think it's time that we come up with a solution that is going to solve not only his problem, but our community. This has been too long. At some point, this young man will take some legal action against our township. And then you're going to see cost. If you want to see cost conserved, we need a solution. To constantly play with him and to play with the homeowners that are having problems, regardless if you believe there's failing systems or not, Marla, there are. The people that have failing systems aren't going to tell you that. Simply because you will condemn their home. So why would you think they would tell you that? You don't live in that problem. So please, don't feel like you can carry our burden, because you can't. You don't live it. So I ask you to respectfully speak with him. Let's come up with a solution that has a long-term solution, not a grinder pump that may fail. I don't know what the solution is, but I'm asking you to listen and let's solve. This is a community, as much as I've heard you say. It's a community. This is a community issue. This is a health issue, and we are not a community that lives in 1974. This is 2019 going into 2020. So I ask that we sit here and solve the problem 2020 going forward. Thank you.
Just to clarify both of your points, he does have a sewage solution, he just doesn't want to pursue it. The approved plan has a sewage solution that was approved in 2008. He doesn't want to do that anymore. To your second point, I would applaud the proposal of Phil on Planning Commission. The Planning Commission is eager to help solve both the Melbourne Hills sewage solution and the Township sewage solution. I propose we take them up on that offer. That is the proper place for this discussion.
It's a plan in 2008, and I'll tell you where that stands. So since everybody's going around that, the plan is to go down to Wawa, open up the sewer, and come up through that hill, deeper than what the sewer is now. 22 feet deep. The ordinance in this township says you cannot be 22 feet deep. And the reason why they're changing these for the sewer, because so many people have been killed from the gases going down these deep manholes. Okay? So he's fighting the problem that he cannot do that because our ordinance says no. And not only that, they don't allow the water to be that deep. So he's caught now and then the Planning Commission had somebody come in here from a sewer company to prove to them, as Chuck said, he suggested that. No, they had a guy from Harleysville come over here and tell them that the pump station would be better than the grinder pumps. Am I correct, Chuck? Am I correct that that guy came over and showed you that and proved to you that the pumping station would be better than the grinder pumps?
He confirmed something.
He confirmed
something that I felt.
You come back to us and you said that to go with the pumping station, it was in our hands.
I said, yes, I thought a pumping station was a better solution.
Yes, and you said it was in our hands.
But what was never on the table was the 60 homes.
No.
We were always working with the assumption that if he was willing to build a 100,000-gallon sewer treatment plant, that he would be willing to build a much less expensive pumping station. That was never
I'm
discussed.
talking about how this come about to this. That's all. I'm not talking about.
We had a very good conversation in May. We stayed here till 11 o'clock at night. Nice, cool head prevailed. We had a resident who was willing to come in, who actually has sewer plant experience operating things. And yes, we thought a pumping station was a better solution.
He did. And then you.
Well, I did too, I know that. I wouldn't have brought him here. Okay, I asked him, I met him, I asked him to come in here and share what he knows with the rest of the planning commission. He didn't say, no, you need a pumping station. I felt a pumping station was a better solution. I met him, talked to him for about an hour. I said, gee, why don't you come into the planning commission and talk with us and share what you have with other people? That's how that started.
And that's
But
where it's
that was-
ended up right now.
But that was focused on a technical issue. And again, Mr. Goldthorpe never let on that he needed 60 homes to make that
Well,
happen.
this is all new now.
I know, I just want to make it 100% clear. I was looking at it as solving a technical problem. Now, you have that pumping station at the bottom of Salford Station Road. There are options, and nobody's talking about that yet. What is it going to cost to get a line from the hollow down in Salford Station up to help these people? Up to help the residents? There are a lot of inexpensive ways to do that using a step system, right? So you're basically pumping the effluent. Those things can be installed through directional drilling, but the nice part about it is you're not encouraging a whole ton of extra development in an area that's supposed to be our rural resource conservation area. That's what that's all about. And Mr. Forwood spoke about that as well and pointed that out as a very viable way of stewarding that area and solving people's problems. To put it, it's a heck of a lot less expensive than trying to put a gravity sewer all the way up to Schwenk Road and past there. So to me, it looked like, hey, we're solving a problem, letting Millboard Hill drain by gravity down to a low point, pump it to 29, and we're also extending a low pressure line or for effluent and a grinder pump so that those homes that are in trouble could have some relief. To me, it was a win-win situation. Now, the new twist, as we know tonight, is that that comes at a cost that was never really talked about, and that's why I'm a little annoyed at you, because there were many times where you could have brought that up.
That was the reason why you cannot come up 29. The sewers to be. George.
Word mouth on the track. Terry, you probably know this better than I do. Isn't there a manhole, a sewer manhole at the intersection of Little Road and 29 now?
Yes, there is.
Doesn't that gravity go out water now?
Goes to wall.
Yes.
Now,
So
that
it works,
manhole-
but it works.
Yes.
That gravity.
Yes.
Okay, so what if the gravity owners up to a pumping station on their property and then ran a line from their property into that manhole, and then you guys can figure out the rest of this puzzle here, because the gravity, you don't have to dig 29, right? But if they pump it into that manhole, if that manhole will take it and that manhole's not antiquated and falling apart, why can't you pump into that manhole?
That manhole that they're gonna pump into is only about 4 feet deep. And it's not at Little Road, it's this side of Little's a little bit. Okay?
So can't that be reconfigured?
Well, there's right now, I think, 3 grinder pumps in there. Carol? I think there's 3 grinder pumps going in
So what
there.
size line speed you put that manhole down? So 12-inch line,
No, it's an 8.
an 8-inch line? So you don't think it's gonna handle the flow?
Well, I'm not saying it won't handle it. It's just that now you're taking all these grinder pumps and you're putting them all in a dead end manhole with
I'm
no
not talking
flow.
about all grinder pumps, I'm talking about
Oh, yeah.
gravity to one centralized pump tank location and then pumping into that manhole as an alternative.
Like putting a pumping station on his property.
Correct.
It's
And that way he
actually-
gets rid of all his grinders.
You're not
saying $14,000 a pop times 47 or 60 houses, that's a lot of money you can save. They can go to the pumping station. They need just directional drill from there, right over to 29, right into that manhole, and then just gravity from there down. You already got a pumping station down 29, right? I mean, that solves a lot of issues in my book.
It solves his.
But new utility construction, I mean, that just makes sense.
Doesn't help nobody else. No.
There are alternatives to that as well.
Okay, you think so?
And
The alternatives on the other end are going to cost us money.
Well, she just gave numbers as to what the alternatives were.
Where's that money come from?
Well, where's the rest of it coming from?
He was installing that pumping station.
Well,
We'd have to
if it's on his property, he should.
We would have to put all that other stuff
pay for the rest of it.
No, the rest of it is.
So it's just dollars and cents. What makes sense and what doesn't.
I'm just saying, Township would have to pay for it. Scott?
Scott O'Connell, 102 Springbrook. I'm understanding is that who pays for the pipe to run to the pumping station? Is the developer going to pay for that pipe?
It's from his development that he does.
Does that just go down the hill to the pumping station, or he pays for it all the way back along?
All the way back to, from the pumping station back to Little's.
So he goes all the way back?
He pays all that, and does all that, yes.
All right. Another thing too is, I thought the last couple of months there was no planning commission. Were they canceled?
We had one in September.
Did you have one of those?
August we did.
Oh, you changed the date.
In August, well, we had an issue with our planner. We canceled that hearing at all. We didn't have an extra date. But we did have one in September, our regular third Thursday.
Well, I'm going to ask the board here now. If I do something on my property, do I just come directly to you like he just did? Or do I go there first?
Depends on what you're doing.
If I want to, say I'm going to develop my property and I'm going to shoot for double the amount now, just like this guy is. Do I go to them first or do I come to him? Because that's what he
You
did.
got, yeah, you got that.
So he should be thrown back into the planning commission and he should be done properly. If you got a system here, you follow it or you don't. I will come in here. We're not going to go through them, so we're going to let these guys just come in and do this, then I'll just come to you first, if I'm going to do it. So I just think you guys should think about that.
If I may, the developer's here tonight just asking for an extension of time to complete the improvements on the plan that's already improved. He's not presenting any plans this evening.
But he's wants to hang on to those waivers that he has. He doesn't want to let those waivers go. So he wants to extend the plan out. Listen, that plan should stop. Either he's going to do it or he's not. When you keep extending these waivers going on, there's a lot of things in that plan that are not right anymore, correct? That you can't do, right? So do we keep extending it time after time, people with the same waivers and all? Or do we say, hey, you do this plan? Either you just stop it, and that's what I'm saying. He's coming here to ask to extend it when he could have done it here. It's the same thing. It's the same. He could have brought this to them and said, hey, I got to get this going. You guys got to come up. You got to bring it in here so you guys can hear it, so that they have an opinion too. And he probably could have smoothed over the opinion a little bit. But when he just throws it in here, is he looking for waivers that he wants to carry into the new plan? Or do the waivers stop? In that old plan, everything stops. He cannot carry anything over from the last one. Is that the way it works?
I'm not comfortable answering that.
Because it does. He's going to ask for a lot of those things back. So I'm just saying, if you do it, you have to go back there. You can't keep granting it. Or you can just tell them, you can grant it, but either do that plan, figure out what you're going to do. It's with those waivers, the next plan is not with those waivers.
His plan is approved, the only thing is it was a sewer situation.
But is there waivers in that plan for sidewalks and different things, double entrances and all this other stuff? Was there stuff in there for the hill? Was there stuff for the lotting, for the commercial lotting that's drove up? Originally, we were allowed 70 more houses on that he got for that development. And then you guys converted it all to, converted the land.
Well, that I can't tell you, because I wasn't on the board, or I wasn't here at that time.
I was in a lot of those meetings, right? I listened to that stuff that's going on, but I'm saying, it was a lot of that stuff going on. He got stuff, so I'm just saying, is that pass on? Is that stuff that he got pass on?
The stuff he is approved, and is passed on.
That's passed on to the 47 homes, and that's it. You can't pass that on to the 150, so my friend.
Not, yes.
Bill Smith, 205 Burlock Road. To dovetail to what Scott said, the Planning Commission serves to provide expertise and guidance to the Board of Supervisors And the protocol that we generally follow here is that, you know, in doing so, you end up being able to make a better decision, if you will. So I contend what I had said previously holds a lot of value, that this whole issue be sent to the Planning Commission to hammer out the best solution possible, make a recommendation to the Board of Supervisors, and at that time, you can then make your decision as to, you know, how you want to proceed with this. I think that you need to table this for now, and then put it to the Planning Commission, open that conversation, and you're welcome to attend those meetings and enter the conversation as anybody else in the public is, and we can have a very productive, you know, outcome with this whole issue. And I think that that's the method we ought to employ at this point. Thank you.
Yes.
Jim Ward at 13 Avenue. When it comes down to, I've been sitting here, listen, it sounds like he's trying to get, you know, a car for, you know, 14-year-old prices, you know, in today's world, and it's not working. You know, he has an option from 14 years ago. He's paying that price, and now he wants to extend it. Well, that's just like us buying a car and saying, hey, I want those prices, you know, from 14 years ago. Well, it doesn't happen in the world.
Okay.
Bob Burns, Riverville Road. The way I heard Ben say something about trying to buy this parcel to put the pump station on, that parcel might have enough acreage that sounds like he's trying to use transfer development rights from that parcel to add to the existing 46, which is where he's getting the other 14. Well, we don't have that in our code right now for transfer development rights. So that wouldn't apply.
Yeah,
Well, I'm just saying, because he brought it up, so.
Sorry. Can I make a couple comments? I know some residents have asked for some input from us. I'm a little envious of my wife right now. She's at home with 3 little kids. I'm here making a very tough decision. So I'm a little envious of her right now. Personally, I feel a little rushed. I found out about this late last week, like everybody else did, and I am concerned about the intent to rush this so quickly. I do believe there is a health issue, and I think we need to rectify that. We need to find the correct solutions. I agree, and I believe that the Planning Commission should review the action first and then provide what they think is the appropriate answer back to the Board of Supervisors. And I would make that as a motion.
I want to agree with what my colleague is saying, and I want to just summarize what I've heard here. As my colleague has said, there are many voices in favor of following the proper process, which is going through Planning Commission. Planning Commission, without us and without you, has been exploring sewage solutions for Melbourne Hills and for this township. I think their thinking has advanced beyond the last meeting you attended, and I think they're willing to provide some solutions. What I'm also hearing is something this township has not done is, we have a 537 plan written by our engineer 6-7 years ago, and it has numerous sewage problems and solutions in it. To this date, except for the extension to Babington, Riverside, and Palmer, I don't believe we've ever prioritized those. I don't believe we've ever discussed those and provided a timeline. It's just been a generic discussion. I want to take everybody seriously. I'm a relative newcomer here, but I think it's time for us to have a real discussion about what those problems are and how to prioritize them and a notional timeline to address them. But I am not suggesting that that be in the same conversation necessarily as Melbourne Hills. Perhaps and perhaps not.
How do you feel about
The 1-year extension or 6-month extension?
no, the chocolate ones?
What's tabling the request for an extension?
Go to the Planning Commission. When is the next Planning Commission meeting?
Thursday. I'm happy to go in front of the planning commission and get their feedback.
Bob?
Bob Burns, Iberville Road. Earlier today, I called Mark Hudson and asked a few questions in regards to the Melbourne Hills as far as the developer's agreement for professional services and the escrow. Mark kind of led me to believe that they've been making their payments on whatever billing that the township's been billing them. I don't know if it got lost when Mr. Tobias was here, but it seems like we don't have the escrow set up that should be. And here again, whether the developer's agreement is actually in the new name of the new company or if it's still back in the PHP conversion or whatever. So I think that's something that the board also has to look in. And if that has to be updated, that has to be updated prior to the planning commission.
I think that's what's smart. I have a motion on the table to table it.
I'll second.
Vote?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. How many people are tied in this sewer here? By hand? That are actually in the sewer? You're an idea, really something about how people want to talk about the sewer when they're not even tied in, have all the say. Not something? You just want to sit around, use have septic systems, but yet you really want it down to people that really need it. It's amazing. Yeah.
My name is Jan Johnson, and I am on a private septic system which we maintain vigorously to be efficient and work well. And I understand, having listened to these conversations for years about failing systems, and I feel sorry and have sympathy for people who do. But I think as a township, our responsibility is to find out succinctly where those locations are, what the problem is, instead of this vague reason and number of failed systems. And I think in that way we can move forward with a realistic discussion about this, rather than, we know 3 people here that have been here meeting after meeting, complaining about their situation, and that's valid. But we are told that there are these other ones. We need to find out who they are, where it is, what their problem is, so that we can move forward. So yes, I am tired of hearing about sewers, but I want factual information about where, who, how much, and why.
And if you find out they're up 129 all the way to the end of our township, then what would you do then? And if you find out we have to,
What if, Terry, we need to have factual information, not
It's there.
hearsay.